Welcome to our webinar. It's about balancing change and different initiatives, how to drive change in your team or business or product line, business line versus business as usual, OKRs. We discussed with media that it's this topic when we have like different OKR reviews or work with clients, with consultancy. Many people raise, okay, what should we do with business as usual? How should we put them in OKR? Shouldn't we put them? What to do? We have many stuff to do as well, but we can't put it to OKRs. So we decided to have this small webinar to share our experience, share our advice, and also hear your experience as well, how you deal with this. So this would be a OKR webinar about. We go next, a bit about us. Dima, you can say a few words about you.
Yeah, okay. My name is Dima. I even don't know how to call myself. Yes, let's say organizational coach and also partner with Igor in Execute On, and also working with awesome Oboard company that are providing, I think, the best OKR software. I am from Ukraine, live in Copenhagen for almost 3 years, have different experience in Agile IT. My experience spanned for 17 years already. I have 2 kids. I'm married, and I have 1 dog. And Igor?
My name is Yegor, also from Kyiv, from Ukraine. I live in Berlin. I was working at staff agile coach in delivery here. Right now, I switched to product management role, and also, we continue with major work in the Execute On about OKRs with a focus and strategy. Just a few words from me. Also, 17 or 20 years in IT. Have 1 cat, not a dog, and 1 kid, not 2 kids so far. Just a bit of us. And the next slide, or next frame, mirror frame, it's, we will not go into details. We did many OKR implementations across different countries, different organizations, big, small. It's just random photo we usually on a workshop ask people to stand and speak with each other, not only listen to us. Yes, let's move on. I think the next one is agenda. As usual, we did 1 check-in about from where we are, but we do some check-in more closer to the topic about this webinar. Then we discuss what is a change and business as usual. People can understand it differently. When it's something is business as usual, when it's something it's driving the change. And then based on the particular case we will share our strategies how to cope with business as usual. And then we'll have some time for a Q&A, because I think for each company, each team, they have unique experience how to deal with this. Maybe you will have some particular questions after what we described. And then we do as usual some check-in, check-out. Okay, let's go to the check-in. So with this, we will share the access to the mirror. But basically, we would like, basically we would like to understand where does your team's energy go during the quarter planning or quarter OKRs? Is it you more wasted in the business as usual, like some operations team, for example, or you're closer to the change of the business and you have many things to change of the business? So on the left, it's 100% in maintenance, operations, 0 new ideas, improvements. On the right side is we completely do new stuff. There is nothing to maintain or to support. And in the middle, something in between. Just draw where do you think you're.
So just grab the Libra icon and put it where you think you are. And it's okay if some of you don't have access to Miro, it's fine. Don't be stressed out that you cannot participate in Miro board. We will have few exercises there, but you can put in chat.
You can write in the chat. Just put in the chat.
Okay. Actually, in good place, people, yes. More time for change. Okay, we have some more in business as usual. Cool.
All right. I'll put on behalf.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, as you can see, the picture on the left of the issue when you completely in maintenance, you don't have time to improve. Funny picture, and then the right, it's another anti-pattern. You continuously build new stuff, driving forward. Your boat is leaking, and you don't have time to fix it. You just need to get to the finish, whatever it is. Okay, and then the next question to you: what do you think? What is the optimal ratio between business as usual and change work? You can also put into the chat either as
Always over. Yeah.
voiceover. What is the golden ratio for that? 80-20, yeah, 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the usual answer to this, it's a typical coaching answer. It depends. For one team, at some point of time on their life journey, it could be one ratio, and another point of time, it's another one. In even during the year, it could also change. In one quarter, you will focus to fix stuff, to maintenance, to improve robustness, I don't know, the platform or something. Next quarter, you will focus on building new stuff, some new stuff. So it's dynamic. Yeah, there is no right answer for this.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, no silver bullet answer. Okay, cool. Let's also do a few exercises so we really understand what is change and what is business as usual before we go and talk about it. So I will bring everyone to me, the ones who are in Miro. So there are two areas, change and business as usual, and there are stickers around, yellow ones. Please place them where you see, if it's a change or if it's a business as usual. So just grab the sticker, any sticker, and move it into the one of the boxes. So let's do this exercise together. And if you do not agree with some placement, you can also move them.
Or we can put a red sticker on top and we can discuss.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to be rude and move somebody else sticker.
Yeah, I also like that someone put in the middle. Of course, again, yes, depends on the context. Yeah, but let's put the last one and then we will spend a bit of time on discussing. Okay, cool. I have a question about sprint events. Is it really change or it's more like a business as usual? Yeah, I would also see it's a business as usual, unless you just started working Scrum and everything is new for you, then of course, but it will be for a short period. Usually it's business as usual. What about writing unit tests? Yeah, usually also it will be business as usual because it should be just a normal development practice where it's part of the code. Yeah, of course,
But
you're
it
just
can
starting doing it. Yes.
it can be the change when you like 0 unit tests and you need to cover, then it could be a change.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah, for helping us with moving. And then, of course, some of the items like improve user satisfaction we put in the middle. We actually can, as you probably already know, noticed everything we can put into the change and be as usual, depending on the context. Yes, but of course, in most cases, this will be where we have placed it. If it's keeping SLA, yeah, usually it's keeping it. This is business as usual. And when we talk about OKRs, we talk about change. Yes, this is the first message that we would like to give you. Your business as usual should not be in OKRs, because this is what we quite often see when we review OKR implementation in different companies, that they are thinking, oh, but I have a team which is just doing business usual. But they need somehow to be linked to OKRs. No, they don't need to be linked. And we will talk about it more when we talk when we go to the case. So your OKRs, they are change, and more, they are most important change. Yes, so you should not put everything into all changes into the OKRs. Again, we will talk about it in the case. Good, but now we have a good understanding of change in business usual. Again, communication around releases. Yeah, if it's something that is ongoing, I probably put it also more into business usual. But again, more on the context. Good, and let's have one more exercise. So I will bring everyone to me again. This is about OKRs. So we will not spend time talking about OKRs. We will focus on how to balance business usual and OKRs, but let's make sure that we understand what are them. What are they? We have green stickers. They should be put in the question in the green area. So OKRs stands for objective and key result, but there is also initiative, the third component. So please place the question where you think, is it here or here or here? Then we have yellow stickers, which are each attributes. Do you think contains a solution is about initiative, key result, or objective? And also we have one very simple example of OKRs below, orange stickers. If you think this one is key result, put it here. If you think it's initiative, put it here. Again, just grab any sticker that you see and let's make this exercise together. Good. Let's go with yellow and orange stickers. Yeah, and there are two more. And one more. Good, thank you. So let's look at it. If you did it correctly. So objective, yes, what do we want to accomplish? What the change we would like to make? And when we talk about OKRs, the most important change, yes. So we should not have many OKRs. We should have as few as possible. Ideally, one radical focus, Christina Woodke. If you haven't read this book. So this is just gives direction, but then how will we know we have achieved this objective? What are the success criteria? What are the key indicators? Yes, ideally outcome-based, that are really talking about value of this change and not just some tick on initiatives. For this, we have the third component, which is initiative, what we will do to achieve the objective. Yeah, so 3 parts in the OKRs. And then the characteristics, yeah. And I think it's probably the first time on the webinar that everything is correct in the characteristics, because quite often qualitative is put in the key results. Yes, qualitative is a parameter of objective. It just gives the qualitative direction. Be the number one, improve the quality, increase increase sales. Yes, so it's qualitative. It's not really saying the quantitative part. The quantitative is key results. It's also inspiring objective, yeah, and of course it should be aligned with your company mission, strategy, so you are pulling in the same direction. And key result, quantitative and measurable, yeah, this is the key. It can be a metric, baseline, or milestone, but usually it will be, if it will be it is outcome-based key result, it will be more a metric, increase sales from 10 to 20%, yes. And then initiative, it's actionable. This is what then we are going to do in order to achieve these key results, and it contains a solution. And quite big pitfall we see is that initiatives quite often put as the key results, yeah, and you should avoid it. We also will talk about it a bit in the case. And then if you look at the example, improve the quality of our chatbot service. Yes, just giving the direction without understanding what we mean by improve. And then key result, how will we know we have improved? And one of them is reduce the average number of errors per conversation by 50%. Yeah. This is one of the key results. There might be more. The general guideline to have around 3, no more, to have a focus. And then there might be a huge list of initiatives on actually what you will do. Good. So yeah, looks like we are all aligned on what are the OKRs, because this is important before we move on. And this slide is just the same what we have talked about. The mirror board will be always for you, so you can then come back to it. Good. Let's jump into the case. So, of course, me and Igor worked a lot with IT, probably all our career is IT, except, yeah, also banking and, yeah. So, okay, we have some non-IT as well companies, but usually it's IT. But we thought, okay, maybe if some participants are not in IT, so let's have some general case and just talk about concepts, yes, about balancing change and balancing business as usual. So we decided with family restaurant. So let's imagine that we have this family restaurant, which has very appealing vision, be the most loved dining place in the city. So this is a vision, a long-term view where they would like to be in several years. And then they have a mission, how they're going into this vision, yes, because they can do it in different ways. And they would like to do it via serving fresh, tasty food with warmth and consistency while creating new experience and bring our community closer. Yeah, so this is how they operate. This is why they go to work. This is what they would like to achieve. And this is how, what are their values, how they are going to achieve it. And then for 2025, the family restaurant team decided, okay, let's put the OKR. We need to make a change, the first step towards our vision. And they decided, let's make our restaurant the go-to choice for Friday night dining in our neighborhood, just for Friday. Yeah, maybe it will not help us to achieve the vision yet, but it will be already a great step. Yeah, because Friday is the most popular dining evening. Cool. How will we know that we are go-to choice? Okay, I think this is their hypothesis, and they put it. Okay, I think if we will increase Friday night bookings by 40% from 20 to 32 by the end of the year, and we achieve a higher feedback rating on Google and Yelp, yes, at least 4.5, then probably we will be the go-to choice for Friday. So this is their best hypothesis for the key results. And then they come up, when they know how they will measure the success, they come up with initiatives, launch 2 new promotional events, give every request a QR code to leave feedback, up training the front of house staff, distribute flyers, and there might be another tens, hundreds of initiatives, yes, how to move the needle on these key results. And then our family restaurant has 3 teams. The kitchen team, yes, chefs and cooks, the front of house team, waiters and hosts, and the marketing events team. So there are 3 teams. And the first question that I have to you is, what do you think is the ratio between business as usual and change for each of these teams? Let's take the marketing events team. What do you think business as usual percentage and change percentage? What is the ratio? Can put in the chat or just voice over. You can talk. And what we have in the chat? 2080. Yeah, pretty good guess. I think as well that probably like 80% will be on change, yes, and 20% on business as usual, especially take into account the OKRs that we have for this year, yes, which is really the key results are really focusing around marketing, yes. Cool. What about the front of house team, waiters and hosts? What would you say the change and business usual distribution? Of course, it depends on very many details, but the best guess, about 60 change for, yeah, okay, cool. Yes. So let's take Bao probably BAU like around 70-30, yeah. But again, I think we are all close, yes. So BAU is bigger than, so this will be 75, yeah. So BAU is bigger than change. I think we also need to put labels. Igor, could you please also to put labels, because it looks like the same, but actually the difference is big. So in marketing, the smaller portion is BAU, and in front of house team, the smaller portion is change. Good. And what about kitchen team? Change and business usual. Zero change. Yeah. So probably change is small. Yes, 20. Yeah, zero change. So let's put like a lot on business usual. Yeah. But again, it's without details. But looking at this OKR, you're right that on this OKR, if they work on these key results, it's nothing about new diverse menu. It's nothing about new cuisine. Yes. It's mostly business usual. And what does it mean? Yes. So let's imagine. So they have this OKR on the company. Yes. And then
a reflection here, Stefan. I would say that depends on how much stars they had before.
How much what?
How many stars they had before? How much in average? Because maybe they just made somewhat dull food, and they need to work to find a better way of serving or better food.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, also it depends on a lot of details, but let's assume that they have already a good quality, consistency of delivery of food. Their menu is good. Yeah, then change it will not be a lot of change. And then let's imagine then this team where you are working with, and they're saying, "Oh, sorry, but I cannot really relate to these OKRs." Yes. Should I create my own OKRs or what? Yeah. So again, the teams that is doing business usual, and the answer to this, no, they don't need to create OKR, and it's completely fine for some of the teams not to be in the OKR, because the business usual they are doing is the foundation for the mission, yes, of this company. If the quality of the food is low, if the delivery of the food is slow, yes, if some other things, then whatever change you will do, it doesn't matter. So actually their business as usual contributing even to higher purpose than OKR, to the mission, yes, to the why this company live. So another insight that we would like you to get out of this webinar, it is okay for teams for a period not to have OKRs. Yes. And then, of course, for marketing team, she can easily see how she can contribute her initiative. She's working on initiative. Also, front of house team also working. They have some training. They will do some improvements. So they see how they contribute. And another point I wanted here to discuss is, of course, this is a small team of teams. Yes, and the question that you might have, oh, do we need to create separate OKRs for kitchen team, for front of house team, for marketing events team, that this with team OKRs will contribute to company one? And our recommendation with Igor, no, especially for small team of teams, for departments. Instead, define the initiatives that contribute to the outcome-based key results. Otherwise, it may go to misalignment, chaos, etc. And I think Igor will talk more about this in the kitchen team. So yeah, the insight is that it is okay for teams not to have OKR. Yes, and it might change in the future. I think also Igor will talk about it. Good, but then let's look at one of the teams into more details.
Yeah, we would like to zoom particularly on the kitchen team. I think it's the most interesting team, as they have a lot of business as usual. So what they can do, so how they can show their work. And the question would be, first question to you before I give answers. What are you thinking? What ways the kitchen teams, they don't have their OKRs. What ways they can contribute to their Friday night OKR? Do you have any ideas? You can also write into the chat.
I'm thinking ways they can maybe manage more volume and be proactive about either like staffing, or I think inventory was mentioned. Maybe changing up some of the metrics before Friday hits to be prepared.
Yeah, so they can prepare. So we're thinking that like business as usual, usually they provide some like the stable platform for growth, as you just mentioned. There is increase amount of people or guests coming, so they're like a engine for this growth, and also like KPIs. They can work more not on OKRs, but they can have some KPIs, for example, food quality score, particularly for the food. You know, like if you in Google, for example, you do reviews, you can particularly select not only overall experience, but for the service or for the food, you can have a separate numbers, dish prep time. So you can imagine you have more people coming, but they would like to. You don't want to that people start to wait more because they accumulate. So they need to keep this KPI in the health, like 25 minutes, for example, or food waste percentage. So with increasing more people, so we don't waste more food. Something like this is just some ideas. So I think they can contribute. There is no need to create the specific separate OKRs anywhere. But looking into their KPIs, preparing for the growth of the number, they can contribute very well to the overall mission and also OKRs. Let's go next. But imagine that people don't like sometimes continuous work on the business as usual. They want to have some innovative ideas, some things. And for example, some like head of chef comes to you and say, "Hey, I have the new menu idea. I would like to edit." And what do you think? If this new menu idea isn't in the OKRs, is it a distraction or is it something valuable? Should we say no to this chef or should we accept? Any ideas?
You see, it's not a webinar. We're also asking you to talk. So it's a bit of workshop.
Yeah, we saw this photo then where people were asking people to walk and talk with each other. But anyway, we know that sometimes not everybody answers, so we prepared. So if you have seen, there was a small like piece on for the kitchen team. There's still they can have some time for innovations. They can try something new. It's completely okay to have some initiative, some project. You can frame it whenever you want, some strategic project, and maybe like who knows, maybe based on this project, like for the next quarter, it could become an OKR for the whole company if something came up out of this. So you can protect capacity easily for like 10, 20% for such small things to tinker with the team. Yeah, maybe Friday special to boost drive for them. Exactly. Yeah, so it's completely okay. Again, just no need to put it as big OKR. You can have it just straight initiative or project. And then still, what could happen, for example, if head of chief will continue to say, no, let's do it as OKR. We would like to have our own kitchen OKRs. What do you think, what could happen? What would be impact on the overall restaurant, on their OKR, the key company OKR or key restaurant OKR? Everybody will have their own OKRs, even waiters. They will go, and we also would like to have our own OKRs.
Well, it would definitely be a risk for the quality, I would say.
Yeah, because it could create some distraction.
Conflicts in the kitchen, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can start to pull into different directions. Kitchen team is caring about one stuff, marketing about another one, hosts and waiters about the second one. So yeah, usually it create more misalignment than alignment. We start to cascade many OKR, like from the company OKRs, many cascading to make more misalignment. Also, yeah, better it could be to keep the company OKRs as a single source of truth, so you can align around them. And then, yeah, competing projects causes some role to fail. Exactly. We don't work as a team, one team anymore. But then if we go to the next slide, one more thing. So is it possible, can you imagine that in the future where the kitchen role shifts from the run to change? So when they change their percentage of 80% of business as usual or 90% another way around?
Well, if we look at Gordon Ramsay, it's 5 days, right?
Yeah. Kitchen drives never again with many ideas. Yeah, just with new ideas, it would be, yeah, I agree, but it would be more like initiative. But for example, if for the next year, the company OKRs can change. So it could become a leader in innovative cuisine or earn a Michelin star, I don't know, whatsoever. So this can change. So I just wanted to say that it's sometimes business as usual is a seasonal thing. And maybe next time the kitchen will be in the drive seat for the OKRs. Could be another way around. Yeah, so we just wanted to share like this small example with kitchen team that they can focus first on the KPIs, on their key things, build the foundation, that KPIs in the healthy situation, even with the growth. They can support other teams with their cares as well. And as a company organization, they can run still there are some innovations or projects or experiments. They should take some capacity. I think it would be boring also to have the same menu every month, every year. They need to have some innovation, some things to experiment and have this capacity. Yeah, who knows? Maybe at some point of time they will be in the driving seat for the key OKRs for the restaurant or for the company. Their name. Any questions? Any reflections? Any ideas? Do you see anything like this in your companies, organizations?
Well, if you connect to the Michelin ratings, many cooks in Gothenburg or in Sweden have jumped off this competition, catching the next star. It's not worth it. Because
you spend so much time.
Stars, it's hard to maintain. Too hard to maintain. I think they lose their soul in it somewhat.
Yeah, too ambitious vision is not for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, we just wanted to tell the story because, as Dimo mentioned, sometimes when we join some OKR reviews and people show their OKRs and we see that it's really business as usual things that they're trying to put in OKRs, and when we start a discussion, it's that usually we get to the answer, well, everybody does OKRs, our leaders said we need to do some OKRs, and we're just trying to put our business as usual into OKRs. So that is what everybody expects from us. But you can have other ways how to show your impact and your contribution to the company.
Yeah, and maybe we also wanted to show this probably very famous picture, and some of you have seen it already. It just shows in a very simple way the difference between OKR and KPI. Yes, so OKR is about change. If you imagine we are in the car, I would like to drive from Copenhagen to Malmö to Stefan. Yes, so this is a change. So I'm driving, and then I have KPIs. This is my board where I look at fuel level, temperature of my engine, etc. And while I'm doing change, I need to make sure that my car and I am in safety. So, and it means that even if team doesn't have any change, then it is totally fine because they are foundation for the business. They are doing also very important job. And as Igor mentioned it, in the future it may change. And then some of the metrics that we use in KPIs will become as an OKR, where we will start driving it to a new level. Like, for example, SLA. Right now it's 99% for you. This is a KPI that you keep SLA. And then next year you say, okay, we need to be more ambitious. Let's put 99.9 SLA. This is an addition OKR. While you're looking at that it's 99 as a KPI, you are having OKR, one of the key results where you are driving change to a higher quality, higher reliability of your systems. Yes, so they are working together. We also heard from some companies, KPIs, it's an old thing. Now we are modern and we use OKRs. No. These they are for two different concepts. You need to both of them. Yes, business health and driving change. Cool.
I think we need to move on.
I will give you a word to you quickly to share about these two slides, and then we will have a few minutes for Q&As, and we will wrap up as it's very short webinar of 45 minutes. Margot, would you like to go through?
Thank you very much, everyone who joined today. I just wanted to say a couple of words about Oboard, because we create these webinars in partnership between Dmitro, Yegor, and us. Oboard is a company. We provide OKR software in many countries, more than 100 countries all over the world, and we provide dedicated apps for Jira, Confluence, Salesforce, Monday.com, and also we have a dedicated web OKR platform. You can scan this QR code if you would like to learn more about the tool. And you can also, see some logos of our customers and see how diverse they are in many different industries. And we have lots of experience and very flexible tool to support you here. So feel free to reach out to us. And Dmitry, would you introduce our upcoming project together?
Yes, sure. We are starting OKR Champion certification. It will be an online course, and we are also testing hypothesis if we can collect enough people in Copenhagen for offline today's course. We have few interested people, but it's not enough for the entire cohort. So we are starting online certification where we will share. It will be 4 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, except the last one will be about also tool Oboard, where we will share our experience with Igor of helping different companies in Europe and in US of implementing OKRs and doing a lot of reviews. So it's not just we are theoretical guys, we actually practicing it. We have early bird tickets, yes, Margot, until mid-October.
And after October 15, the price increases, and we also have a limited number of people, so no more than 16 people there. So if you want to get notified when we open the registration, I've sent a link. You can submit it, and we'll send an email right away once we launched.
Yeah, so it was a bit of advertisement. And we can take one question because it's 3 minutes left. We also would like to get your feedback. One question. Anyone would like to answer? Ask first, then answer.
Well, Stefan, I just had a reflection. I would imagine there's lots of discussions between what's a KPI and what's an OKR, and when should we use what, and how do we interpret it?
Yeah. And what is, it's you can say it's a big discussion, but at the same time, if you have this mental model that KPIs are for run, for business as usual, for business health, and OKRs are about your change and only about the most significant changes, Yes, as Igor mentioned, it is okay to have some projects which are not linked to OKRs. Yeah, then it's much easier to understand what can be in KPI and OKR. It can be the same metric in KPI and OKR at the same time, like with SLA, yes, because you understand that I need to keep SLA on 99%. At the same time, we are going through the transformation to high reliability to 99.9. So as soon as you have this mental model of what is the sense of KPI and OKR, then you understand, yeah, what can be there. Everything can be there. You just need to understand why it's there. Yes.
Thank you very much for the explanation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. And then we would like to ask for your feedback. 1 minute on the ones who are on the mirror, and not many people. So if you can get back, we would really appreciate some of your feedback, because we have an area.
I sent the link, and there is a question.
Cool.
Do you consider initiative output? What about how the road to the output and outcome we want to achieve with the key results?
Yeah, so initiatives is either input or output. So input is I'm doing something, put it into the process. Output, I got it, but it doesn't guarantee the value. Value is the outcome. So initiatives can be input or already output. We have closed marketing, we launched marketing plan, etc. Yes, and key results, they should be of outcome. Yes, there is a good book, Who Does What by How Much, which talks a lot about it. And when you have key results as outcome value, you don't need many of them. You will have 2, 3, and it's enough because they are describing the value. But what is important is that you have cool understanding of how your input output drive the outcome. So this is the most important knowledge you can get. By understanding that if I put more effort in this input output, there is a big probability that outcome will go up and not down. So this is the most important knowledge to have. As soon as you have it in your organization, just stick to it. This is super important knowledge, because something that you can control influence will impact something that you can probably not influence. Yes, the value. Yeah, so key results should be of outcome, and initiatives are input outputs. Yeah, so please put your feedback. We will put it, so we will not see it. So be honest, what you liked, what you would like to change. And we already 1 minute overdue, but we took one more question, which is good. And yeah, thank you all for participation, and stay tuned on our meetup. So we plan to have every month. Yes, every month, 3 webinars and workshops.
Making this much clearer for me anyway, so that's good. Yeah.
Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you.
Thank you.